Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've been fighting off pneumonia, so I want to thank everybody for their support and helping me get through that while I put out some videos that made me sound like I was a frog that was stuck in the bottom plate of a backhoe for about a week. And today we're going to be talking about XDefiant, which is a game that I was invited to the closed testing just about a year ago, and I actually quite enjoyed it. But there's been some changes through the market and games that have been provided to us have somewhat changed my opinion on it. But before we get into that, if you like the content that you see on the channel, consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification to know when I put up a new video. And then this way you'll know anytime I put up a video on my weird ass schedule. When I had first been introduced to the game, it still had the Tom Clancy name on it, and you can tell by the characters that are still in the game. That's probably one of my largest criticisms about the game currently, is that the characters are still in the game. They removed the Tom Clancy name, but they stuck with the same characters, so the tie-in is still there. It's just a weird mix. They had an opportunity to completely remove themselves from that and redevelop, and they didn't at all. So it just feels weird to still be playing the game and have it tied to the Ubisoft world through another universe, but not really its own entity. It's just fucking weird. I'm actually going to leave some links to some people that I follow and watch their videos too down in the description down below for the description of XDefiant, because they do a much better job of doing the description of the things and the technicality of certain items than I ever could. And that's how I got introduced to the title to begin with. So I'm going to give you my experiences with the game flat out right and skip the whole introduction to the game, because at this point when I'm putting out my video, it's been covered so much that almost everybody knows what the game is. And if you don't, then you'll have the links down below to address that. When I had originally played the game, the player controller did not feel as stiff as it did now. I mean, it was still stiff, but the changes that they've made for vaulting and things like that it just seems to stick a little too much, and it seems a little floaty when you do jumping or sliding or trying to camera brake, which is actually in the game because there's some COD developers on the development team, so of course there's camera braking. But I would have to say the largest criticism that I have of this game is that it feels a day late and a dollar short. The game's going to be introduced into an already saturated market, and either to try and close the gap of people who have been extremely disappointed in the titles that have been released lately, especially COD, where they come out buggy and sometimes unplayable for folks, which is the reason why I uninstalled COD. So the game and its movement and how it plays will certainly appeal to those folks, but will it be too late? I honestly think that it will be, because the game will be coming out, and then with all the new single player games that we will have coming out that are in the FPS industry, and even the new extraction shooters that we have, the lifespan of this game is going to be extremely short. Good thing is that it's going to be free to play, so at least there's that, and you won't be introduced into a game at a AAA price tag and then have a short lifespan. On the downside to that, people will be introduced to another free-to-play game that will be pretty much dead on arrival. But does that speak to the quality of the game? To be frankly honest, no. I've actually had a lot of fun playing the game, especially when you have friends that you can play with and you just get into that groove where you wind up destroying a team completely. However, the player controller may turn a lot of people off who are seasoned FPS players. It is quite stiff and it seems a little clunky in some areas, and that is if you're not hit with the constant server issues that are in it. And now, server issues I don't put too much faith into because it is in a beta state, but we've also seen what the servers are like for Ubisoft for the past couple of years on their releases. It's not exactly what I would call a stellar experience. With that in mind, what exactly would I say about the game? Well, it's the same thing that I would say about every game that I've put on the channel. It's free. There is zero reason to not play a free game if the game looks like it has been designed well. In this case, the game has been designed well enough that it actually plays and it doesn't look like an asset flip, and it may actually wind up being one of the better titles that Ubisoft has put out in a while. So obviously, I'm going to suggest that you give it a shot. The worst thing that happens is you don't like it and you stop playing it. I'm going to leave this video kind of short, and I'm going to leave you with some footage up above of a game that I played of it. It's not my best gameplay, but you guys will get an idea of what the game looks like, and then we'll roll out from there. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Remember, if you guys like what you saw here today, hit that subscription button, hit the bell notification, know when I put up a new video with my weird schedule right now. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Remember to tell your loved ones you love them often. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
They're taking Zone B. The enemy is attacking Zone B. Good kill. Multiple kills. Revolution. Now the zone is ours now. We're taking Zone A. Zone's ours now. All zones belong to us. We're role models to guerrilla niñas and niños everywhere. The enemy is taking Zone A! Loadout changed.
Ready and waiting.
The enemy is attacking Zone B! We're taking Zone B! Zone's ours now! Revenge kill. Serves them right. We're taking Zone A. Loadout changed. They're going after Zone C! All zones belong to us. We're role models to guerrilla niñas and niños everywhere. Amigos capturing Zone C! The enemy is taking Zone A! The enemy is attacking Zone B!
Get hit.
We're taking Zone A! You're taking Zone B!
Prox is ready and waiting.
is ours now. Allies on B!
Activating props.
Today you won a battle. Tomorrow, la revolución.